Hey guys, how are we doing today? My name is George and welcome to a new video. And for this video is going to be the Swindon Sound Crew mode. I believe this is episode 4, and I am very sorry that I couldn't get a video out to you. It must have been about maybe 3 or 4 days now. I think it might have been 3, I don't know. But I mean, I'm not going to beat around the bush. Basically, all I'm going to say is that I've been working. So yeah, I'm very sorry about this. And I actually had this edited about maybe 2 days ago, but I haven't had time to actually do a commentary. Sit down, do a commentary for you guys. And I am very sorry, but we do have the deadline day in this window, or no, not in this window, in this episode, sorry. And our first game of today's episode is going to be against Swindon, and you'll see there we're sat in 4th place, they're sat in 24th, played 3 games, and he lost 3 games. I was thinking, all right, but I know Swindon's a good side, you know, so I had a feeling coming into this game that it's going to be difficult anyway. So they are playing a 4-1. Well, no, it's not. Well, I suppose it is. It could be. You could say a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, I guess. But all I'm going to say in this game is that we played very poor. Gillingham was all over us, and it just seems like we just couldn't get into the game at all. And you'll see here, like, our defence is all over the place. Senel's White trying to catch up to, I think that's Rory Donnelly, I believe. I think he used to play for Swansea, I think. And they go 1-0 up inside 15 minutes with J. Emmanuel Thomas. Obviously not really the player that you want to, for him to score against you, considering he was at Bristol City. But we go 1-0 down inside the space of 15 minutes. And we do get a chance here, though, in the 25th minute, though. As Sean Murray will get the ball there to find D'Alfonso. D'Alfonso back to Sean Murray. And he's going to take a shot just inside the area. And it hits the outside of the post. So it's not really ideal. And that's how the game ends at half-time. But just really couldn't. We just couldn't get into the game really, and just because Gillingham lost their first 3 games of the season, they must have been tough games because, I knew going into this game Gillingham was a good team. I'm not obviously I know, we have a little bit of a rivalry, but I don't really for me I don't class them as rivals. Obviously Gillingham fans maybe would say that, but I'm not really too. I always say this every year. I'm not really. I don't really know why there's rivalry. I don't know. I know probably someone's commented it before, but I just don't remember. So I'm just obviously we just this game just didn't really go my way. Even though this is on world class, I just couldn't get a hold of the ball. I just didn't know what the bloody hell was going on. And you have Wagstaff there. He got a little bit lucky, though, to get that rebound. But to be honest, it's just poor defending overall. And, I didn't really want to spend any money on a defender. I felt like, the squad depth's okay. I just didn't really know who to bring in this window, to be honest. And considering, obviously, the game's out fully, I can kind of scout some more players because I was kind of rushed with time anyway. Obviously, I could only really play maybe 2 hours a day. Obviously, if you think about it, 2 hours a day over the course of 5 days, that'll be 10 hours, and I'm thinking, shit, I need to get a video out and stuff like that. But there's only one player that we actually brought in, and that was actually going to be Casper Dolberg. He's another striker, I know. I did try to learn out Jermaine Hilton and Jordan Stewart, but no one seemed to be interested in them. And I was a bit disappointed, actually, because, we've got so many strikers, we just don't really know where else to kind of strengthen. I kind of want to keep this squad kind of together still, like the players we've got this season still in this season, and then kind of just kind of swiftly moving away. Like, I don't really want Luke Norris at the club. I don't think he's great. Obviously hasn't had the best start this year regarding just form itself and stuff like that, so I didn't really know what to do really. So obviously eventually they will be going, the players I don't want, they'll be going eventually. But honestly, I know this window, this deadline day window is very poor, but I'm kind of sorry about it because I didn't really know who to bring in. And another thing I wanted to kind of point out is that since the board want me to kind of like keep the I think it's the players' wages under 20%, it's kind of hard to bring players in because it's going to go up in price. Like, so I'm going to be paying more wages, due to more. Due to the fact that I have more players. And yes, I know you could say, well, sell the players you don't want now, but I didn't really want to. I felt like I wanted to use the team that we pretty much have. Obviously, make my own acquisitions where I think, but still, we are still looking at obviously our scout future star. He's got a potential of 83 to 94, which is good. Is a good thing. And speaking of, scouting and stuff like that, let me know in the next episode if you want me to buy a youth scout. Let me know, because I would like to know your input. I am thinking about doing it because I've got the money left over, and it'd be nice to kind of bring in some, youth squad players, I guess. I know, obviously, as you can see by the squad there, it's not the biggest squad. I understand that, but I'm going to make do with what I got till January at least. Obviously, now I don't have a choice unless I go to free agents, obviously, and do it that way. But I'm going to keep the squad for now. I know it could be a very, very bad decision, and I'm sure one of you in the comments is going to say, George, this is a fucking shit series now, just end the series. I don't know. You never know. Some people might say that, but you got to think of it like I just said to you. I don't want to bring players in for the sake of bringing them in, purely for the fact that I don't want to get sacked either, because, our financial budget is not brilliant in real life anyway, and it clearly says, well, it kind of states on, our board objectives, to have a profit of 8.5 million, kind of reduce the players' wages, keep it at 20%. I'm currently at 30%, so it's going to be difficult. I'm going to have to probably sell some players in January, regardless, to keep that down. But it's just finding the balance. That's all I'm trying to say, guys. I don't want you guys to write in the comments, oh, why don't you buy this player, Like, I would have done if the board didn't. I kind of want to please the board. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to get sacked over the first season, although I do feel like we're going to get promoted this season anyway, because, I don't want to be stuck in League 1 for 3 seasons, you know what I mean? I know I know from my FIFA ability that I can do it. But speaking of fucking FIFA ability, that was such a fantastic goal by John Obika. Now, I know the keeper was, out of position, and I only took that shot during, purely out of frustrations, because I couldn't seem to break down Bury's defence again. Like, I was having I was struggling this episode. That's what I was going to say. I'm struggling. But I thought, you know what, he's off his line. I'm just going to have a pot with fucking Obika, and it was such a good goal. Obviously, I suppose the keeper did get back into position, but it wasn't, the strike was that good that there was no chance of him saving it. So I thought I'd just show the replay twice because it was that good. And we do make a couple of substitutions. Obviously, Kasper Dolberg did start this game. Unfortunately, he didn't score. He looked alright, though. I'm not going to lie, he looked alright. So, all that kind of good stuff like that. But I tell you what, I think our best signing is going to have to be, obviously, I think we've only made, 3? Potentially 4? I can't even remember. I think it's 3. Emre Mor from Dortmund. Honestly, guys, if you're starting like a lower league team, pick up Emre Mor on loan for 2 seasons, because he will lighten up that attack force. He brings something different, and I feel like he's probably going to start more as the season progresses, because obviously D'Alfonso, for me, he is just not performing at all. I'm thinking of selling D'Alfonso in January, so also let me know, should I sell Nathan D'Alfonso in January? Obviously his contract's up at the end of the season, and if I were to sell him, I'd have to obviously renew his contract and hope to sell him in January. That's my plan for right now. But we are still sat in second place, and we are facing Coventry. Obviously, Coventry are not really doing too well this season. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's something to do like the owners, like not buying players, or they haven't got enough money, or they want to sell the club or something like that, or the fans want the owners to sell the club because it's going downhill. And I believe they're bottom of the table. Bit of a shame, because I think they actually, is it Tony Mowbray actually left Coventry? I think it was this week. It might have been yesterday or the day before. Due to mutual consent, I believe he just thought, you know what, I just can't be arsed. Like, it's just not going his way. I understand that. I get it. But hopefully, Coventry kind of get back up there, because we've got a really, really nice stadium. I went to the Coventry game last year. It was a 0-0 draw though, but still, like, it was a good experience. It's obviously it's a big ground for this kind of league, and I feel like they deserve better. Obviously they got Sam Ricketts and Jordan Turnbull. Obviously they were both on loan from us last season. I believe it was last season. Was it last season or the season before? I can't remember. Again, I don't know. Yeah, this game was kind of like a weird one, because I felt like Coventry, they are a decent side, and they do get a chance early on here in the 10th minute as they were just kind of shielding the ball inside the penalty area. They actually eventually do take a shot, but it was a good save by Vigouroux to keep it at 0-0. And then we kind of grew into the game as the game kind of went on, obviously. Obviously, Yasser Kassim playing the ball to Doughty. Doughty to Obika. Back to Doughty to find Murray. Murray actually skips past his man. Finds Michael Doughty again. Out wide to Emre Mor, who swings the ball over the top to find John Obika on the volley. But unfortunately, the volley went wide, which is a bit of a shame, really. Because, I thought it had been a nice goal, considering he scored a sick goal the game before. But we do get another chance here as I think it's Osodibe or Osodibe, I believe. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Get the ball to a beaker, but I think his shot hit the side netting. And I'll tell you what, lads, right, in the 45th minute, I have literally no idea. I literally have no clue on how this chance did not end up in the back of the net. Kasim swings the ball in to find Sean Murray. Obviously, the keeper parried it. It was an open goal. Sean Murray got the ball, and he's bloody pull it wide. He's hit the side netting. I just don't understand how he's done it. I don't get it. I was a bit annoyed. Let's just put it that way. I was a bit annoyed that I couldn't score to make it 1-0 just before half-time. And obviously the game is 0-0 at half-time. We were the better side. I knew for a fact if I scored the first goal, we'd probably win it. And I'll tell you what, as I said about Emre Moore, I'm just saying, lads, just pick him up, right? Just get him on loan. He's so good. Or if you want like a young prospect striker for like a big team in about 3 or 4 years, seasons-wise, obviously, 3 or 4 seasons, pick him up. He's such a good player. His dribbling and his speed is fantastic. His finishing is pretty good. And Emre Moore is probably one of my favourite players to use in this team. That's my opinion. But the ball gets played to a beaker again to find Emre Moore. But it was a good header. But unfortunately, he couldn't score, obviously. But Coventry do get a chance there in the 64th minute as Vigouroux had to make a good save. But they do get back on the attack again as Rose would get the ball there to find Marvin Soldau. Soldau was going to go past a couple of players. And we do try to clear it. We couldn't do. And luckily, the ball just goes past the Vigouroux's post, of course. But in the 81st minute, Osodibe makes a really, really good challenge there to find Emre Moore. Back to Osodibe again to swing the ball in to find Dolberg. And he makes it 2-0 in the 82nd minute. And that is how the game is going to end, guys. So I'm very, very sorry that I haven't uploaded in about 3 or 4 days. Like I said, work's just taking the piss right now. It's so busy. I've been basically working my days off, so it's hard to kind of make videos and edit and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching the video, guys. Remember to leave a like if you guys are new. Sorry about the transfers. I can't really do a lot about it. I didn't really know what was going on, really. But thank you guys for watching. I'll speak to you guys very soon. Until then, guys, have a good day, and goodbye.